We've already addressed the cast vote records and the subversion of tabulators that led to an impossible arrangement of votes. Just no integrated software such as TotalVote allows bad actors to overwrite tabulated results once they are transmitted from the county on their internet-connected election management systems. But what about real voter turnout, wildly exceeding the bad actors' predictive modeling and the algorithms used? What then? Election officials will instruct workers to stop counting, and the media will begin to shape public perception.
Election workers in Allegheny County are back to work after pausing counting overnight.
Butler County had to press pause on counting ballots. Nevada, meanwhile, has stopped counting votes until 9 a.m. on Thursday.
Good morning, Heather. They did have to press pause overnight. They will be back in a few short hours, expected to resume counting around 8:30 this morning.
Fulton County is now going to stop counting at 10:30 p.m. and will resume their count at tomorrow morning.
They basically stopped counting tonight. They're going to start counting again in a few hours. It's already tomorrow morning, right?
Here's where it gets really bizarre. At Fulton County, most populous county, it is Atlanta, they just stopped counting at 10:30 p.m. They stopped counting their absentee ballots. They said they'd pick it up in the morning.
So everyone stopped counting. Now it's time to reboot, create new set points, and gather ballots in the dark of night while observers are sent home to again match the digital subversion. This thing where we've got on election night, we look at the cumulative votes of competing candidates. This is Trump versus Biden. Now, you'll see here the winning candidate at some point is Trump, and he's winning handedly in Wisconsin. And then all of a sudden, you see this massive injection for the losing candidate. That would be Biden. This is what has become known as the F curve or the fraud curve. And it's become meme-worthy. This is basically the banner. This is the flag that is flown by all the fraudsters out there. We saw the same F curve in all of the swing states.
I told them how the Georgia runoff election for the 2 senators was going to go. I gave them the model. Republicans are winning. Guess what happened? System went down, came back up, and it flipped. I went to Washington, D.C. on January 4th, 2021, and I met with counsel for Pompeo. Now, how much surprise do you think was on his face? None.
Ruby Freeman, about early in the morning, when the woman took when the whole gang took the stuff out of from under the table, right? For some reason, they put it in 3 times each ballot, and I don't know why.
All right, so what we're looking at here are 2 different batches of votes. Scanner 5162, batch 234, image 59, and scanner 5162, batch 235, image 19. And what you can see is that, like on this vote right here, we've got this exact same little tail. Here's the next one that shows, you can see Republican is written there, Republican's written there. This is ballot 61, this is ballot number 2, and then each one of them even has this little dot in the Fannie Willis.
Okay, and do you have more of those?
We have the entire batch. There's 62 images in here total, and I didn't even get a chance to go through all of them.
Do you know do you know who those ballots, do you know who they were made out to? Do you know who they were voting for?
No, not specifically.
Did you ever check?
We did what I described to you earlier.
No. Did you ever check the ballots that were scammed by Ruby Freeman, a known political operative balloteer? Did you ever check who those votes were for?
We looked into that situation that you described.
No, they were 100% for Biden. 100%. There wasn't a Trump vote in the whole group.
They also create phony ballots, and that's a real problem. That's my opinion. But they create a lot of phony ballots.
All that's left in the cheat is to now delay reporting, with the media creating a new perception, namely that it is perfectly reasonable to get results days and days after an election was held.
Polls have closed. We should get our first batch of voting numbers in about an hour. That'll be the bulk of the early vote. That should favor Democrats. As the night goes on, we'll get numbers from today's vote. That should favor Republicans. If these races are really as close as people think, we may not be able to even guess who won So we know how many votes were actually cast. So we know how many votes were actually cast.